boys and girls, or whoever's watching. I am Doctor McFarland. The kids are in bed. The wife is away at book club, and I am going to rock tonight. So let's go live for about an hour or so, and let's build some rigs on the Headrush. I do have the nice editor here in front of me to make it all convenient. Yes, there it is right there. So this is some rigs that were left over from last month. I still have not uploaded yet. I've just been lazy. I really have. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I did 3 rigs. So I did a basic, I did a MS-30, and I did a super clone. So for all you legacy guys out there, the legacy amps and effects still are amazing. They're still really good. So for instance, if I choose this clean right here, then I press it again. I got the tremolo, which is nice. And that tremolo is coming from the amplifier. You can see the vibrato is on. And I've also made a preset called, or a block preset called Doc BK Mini or Black Mini Trim. And then when I go over here to dirt, the amp goes back to clean, but now I've turned on my Blues Driver overdrive. And it is a glorious sound. It's really good. I mean, yeah, for the price of what you get these things for and the tone you get is really just amazing. Then when we press the button again and we go into red, you can see my signs here. I got my, let me show you. See, there's my blue. There's my yellow for my just clean. Then I got my orange for trim, blue for dirt, and then red for lead. All right, go back to, let's actually just go to the blue and this kick in the EQ. Okay, and that EQ looks like, this. So we can't open the EQ sliders. So that's what we're doing. We're boosting some mid-range. Not drastically, just kind of, you know, in the 200 to 3.2K range there. And then I have it assigned to a switch so I can just bring it in and out whenever I want, which is great. Okay, going back to the red. Pig squeals, and then EQ. All right, very good. So that's all. I'm going to upload that to my website probably tonight. I'm just going to knock it out and get it done. The only drawback, it's not a drawback, but now that we have legacy units and these new Prime Core Flex Prime units, The block differentiation does not allow me to make rigs on the new units and have them be compatible with the old units, which means I have to get out my old MX5 over here and recreate the rigs with 3 less blocks the best I can. So I'm just matching, I'm going over here like, okay, this drive has these settings, have to match them over here, and just, it's not as easy as just pulling the files off the unit, put them on my website, and then be done. I have to do some extra work, which is, you get what you pay for. So it's only $30 for a one-time fee, and I'm doing all this free work, essentially. You get most of the value. I get just a lot of work, but it's fine. I like having fun. So yeah, boy, that sounds great. Let's go on to the next one. This is the MS-30. So it's kind of like a Voxy type thing. You can hear it's not as clean. There's a little bit of hair in there. I like that, but just for fun, just for a little bit of giggles, let's put on a compressor, and let's try the presser. Let's try that just to see what happens. Just see what happens. Not bad. Sensitivity all the way up. What's up, guys? So Francis is in the house. This is a Sterling Cutlass. Actually a Cutlass Sterling Music Man, whatever you want to call it. And I got this. I'm getting 4 instruments from Zounds.com because they're my official sponsor. And I'm going to do a beginner gear series, or like gear for beginners series. So this guitar and the Squire I also ordered, which should be coming, I guess, I don't know, tomorrow or Monday or something. I don't know. They're both $199. They're like dirt cheap guitars. If you're an adult starting out and you don't know what to buy, and you only had $200 for a guitar, then I'm getting these in my hands and in my possession, so that way I can, actually play the instruments, give you my professional opinion on what I like about the guitars, what I think is, coming from a 30-year, guys, this Christmas will mark 30 years of me playing guitar. I got my first guitar 30 years ago, and I have not put it down since. You would think I'd be a lot better at guitar for playing for 30 years, but, I do what I do. But anyway, so I'm trying to treat this new series starting in January as, hey, I got this amount of money. What can I spend it on that I know I'm getting a good quality instrument and it's not going to like fall apart on me in a week, kind of thing. So far, I like this guitar. I ordered the blue one because I thought, blue is cool kind of stuff. And I like the neck is nice and thick. I ordered the rosewood fretboard instead of the maple. I wanted that darker, warmer type look and feel and tone. So this is the neck pickup. And of course you can do the that kind of stuff. But anyway, the compressor really helps to bring all that out. And then you got a little EQ going in. Cool. I like it. Let's go to the dirt side now. Actually, let's go to the tremolo. Oh, yeah. Notice I had to add the tremolo pedal in there because the DC-30 does not have a tremolo built in. But the bottom row, I have assigned to the expression pedal. When I put the toe down, I get this. Okay, stuff like that. Put the heel back down, it just naturally decays, and I'm back to my dry sound, clean sound. All right, going over to the blue dirt. And you can see what I've done. I made a block preset for all these. So yellow is the clean, blue is the medium, and then push it again, and I have the high in MS-30 setting. Rock and roll, man. That's pretty cool. And then the last one, last but not least, definitely not least. I'll save that rig. Yes, I'll keep the compressor in there just for fun. Then we go to the super clones, which is the clean. And if you don't know yet, the super clone is a way to take multiple different clones and then put them together, and they can literally be any combination that you want. So, for example, at the low end of the gain, because it all works off of the gain knob for some reason, but at the low end of the gain, you could have a Bogner clean channel, just whatever, right? Then the middle could actually be a cranked Fender Tweed amp, because why not? And then on the higher end of the gain, you have your full-on 5150 amplifier. And you can go in between the different, variations by using your block preset. Since we're not changing the block type or even the amp within that block, we are allowed to use block presets to actually change the settings to get a gapless, seamless experience on the Headrush, and it's pretty amazing. So that's pretty much what I've done on these three rigs here, is just give you some block presets that that just work for switching the different sounds. So go over here, blue dirt. Now you can see if I click on this amp, it's the Bogner Shiva, the Shiva medium sound. And if I go to the last one, which is the red, it'll give me the Shiva high. I had a fleeting thought earlier. I might take the Flex Prime and my MX5 and just put them like side by side on like a little pedal board or something. And not necessarily just to have like a stereo rig, because you can already have stereo going out of the Flex Prime, but just to have more switches, and you can keep one unit like all your amps and reverbs and delays and stuff like that. And then the other unit, the right side of the unit, can be all your overdrives and wah-wah pedal and stuff like that. So They don't necessarily have to talk to each other. It's just be fun to have like more switches, I guess, and 2 expression pedals. Because why not? That'd be dumb. And I don't know, just experiment. Yeah, anyway. New guitar. Let's see. Jay says, does your Headrush clone pack include the cabs? Clone. Yeah, all my clones, they're just it's the full brunt of whatever. But what you can do is, let's say, for example, I go in here and I add, let me make a new one. I'm actually going to make a new set list here. And I'll put I'll put an empty one in there. Actually, no, I need to do this. Empty. I need to drag and drop. Save. This was going to be HTS rigs December 2024. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's the way it is. All right, now how do I get in here? Am I already in the set list? No. This is the rig list. That's all my rigs. Okay, there was that. Maybe I'll double click. Sorry, I'm learning something right now. I'm learning. How do I actually get into the rig from here? Let me just go back. Let me use the screen. We'll save it. I just want you to go in. Okay. That's fine. Let's make a new one. So as I was saying, if you add a clone, an amp clone, not a super clone, but just an amp clone, let's see what happens here. Amp and cab. Let's do it divided by 13. Okay, so you can see down here that you can turn the cab on and off. So that is an option within the parameters there. So it really doesn't matter if I only do the preamp or the full signal. You can still turn off the cab somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they just do it. So as far as I know, that's how it works. That's how it works. Roy Rigsby from Ohio. I'm going to make it up to Ohio one of these days. One of these days. It's not a bad drive from Nashville. I got both the Flex Prime and MX5 on my desktop and was thinking of running the MX5 in the effects loop of the Flex Prime. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking about is you just have like 2 small things side by side, and it should be fun to combine them and just be dumb. You know, just why not? Now, the Flex Prime and the MX5 does not have the microphone input on the back, nor can they directly do a clone from the unit. You have to download the cloner software on your computer. You have to do all the cloning there, and then you can load those clones onto the Flex Prime, but it doesn't have a microphone input, so therefore you can't do the actual cloning on the device itself. So the way it is. How's my voice sound tonight, folks? I am using the Harrison. Once again, let me show you. My TV keeps blacking out. I don't know why. This is going to be bad. All right, so I am using the Harrison, because I work for Harrison Audio. The Harrison 500 series modules. This is a mic pre, EQ, and compressor. And when I get close to the microphone, you can see that, hey, I'm getting some compression on my voice. So anyway, I feel very radio-esque. Hey, there's my Doctor McFarland sign up there. Look at that. I also have an acoustic guitar hanging up on my wall. F-Note 5 drum kit back there. It's a really good drum kit. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you guys. All right, so I have a blank rig with the amp clone off. Let's turn it back on. This is the divided by 13. Now, if I turn the cab off, I get the swarm of bees sound. Now, if you're playing through the effects return of an amp or a power amp in a cab, you won't get that effect. You won't get that weird swarm of bees sound because the cab is acting as the filter, because the cab is a filter of sorts. It's not only reproducing the sound coming through the preamp and the power amp, but it's also filtering the frequencies from on the low end and the high end. If you go look at a frequency curve of any of the vintage 30s or greenbacks or whatever, you're going to start seeing that the high end starts cutting off about that 5-6K range. Just takes a dive bomb down to 24,000 hertz. Up to 24,000 hertz. So it cuts all that stuff off. So cuts it off. So yeah, we got the master. See if I can turn the gain down on this and then turn the master up and see what that does. See, it's not the same as a super clone because I can only get so clean. Yeah, so I'm still getting a lot of dirt in that one. Which is fine. Let's go to another one here. Let's try the Silver Vibe 8. That was more of like a small type amp. Angle Invasion. Yes, sir. Pig squeals. You can't see the output signal in the editor, and I really wish you could. But I'm going to click on my output over here. And I'm a little bit low, so I'm going to raise this up. Let's raise me up so I can walk on guitar strings. All right, so I always try to have my output signal be around. I'm going to raise this gate threshold up, cut out all that noise. So there's also a noise filter you can see here on the bottom. I can raise that up first, which will cut out a lot of that low end noise, just all that muck that's in the signal. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's add a little delay. Bucket Brigade is the Memory Man, by the way. It's a Memory Man delay, and it sounds like this. And here lately, I've really enjoyed the 450 millisecond range. It's really long enough that it works with multiple different tempos, whether that's fast or slow. And it doesn't get in the way of whatever. Like, you're not trying to play all syncopated and it just doesn't work, It's just kind of off in the background doing its own thing. And which doesn't mean, you can sync it to a tempo, to a BPM and a subdivision to get like more gallopy type dotted eighths or whatever you want. But I love me a good pig squeal, man. I really do. Let's pick a reverb. I've actually thoroughly started enjoying the the old spring reverb. I used to not like it at all. Well, I mean, I liked it okay, but just wasn't my favorite. But now that I'm comparing it to the Spring Guru, it does sound pretty good. So I'll bring in a hall reverb for this one, and we'll take the mix down like so. Yeah, that is rock and roll right there. Overdrive. We're going to bring in the JRC like that. And we'll turn the drive all the way down. Ooh, this Cutlass is driving smooth, man. All right, so see, right now you could take this amp clone technically, and you can pair it with any other amp clone to make a super clone. So you could technically go in. We're getting a lot of noise out of that thing. Wow. Actually, let me do this. Let me turn the gain down just a little bit. And we'll bring up the threshold, the gate threshold, to about 80 or so. That way, when we kick this in, we don't get any weird background noise with it. All right, so what I'm going to do is just simply, I'm just going to bring in another amp. And I really, really do enjoy the Black Mini. I don't know why. It's just something. It doesn't have as much headroom, but it feels like it's thicker sounding to me. The Princeton reverbs, the super reverbs, the deluxe, the Tweed Princeton, the Tweed Bay. I mean, all the Fender amps sound great. The Black Shimmer is really good high headroom amplifier. The Black Duo is the Fender Twin for the ultimate of headroom. But yeah, I'm just always liked the Black Mini on the Headrush for some reason. So let's bypass this thing, and here's the Black Mini. Yeah, sounds nice. And then what we can do is, I usually try to bring up the volume a little bit, like so. I don't know what I'm playing anymore, really. Yeah, I feel like the action is a little too low. So in my review video, I'll definitely be like, yeah, the action's low, or you might want to watch out for this kind of thing when you first get the guitar out of the box, tune it up, and just kind of play all the frets. It doesn't fret out, so. Yeah, whatever. So now, going into hardware assign, this is where we get the fun out here. So I'm actually going to make this a scene, click on edit, and on my first switch state, I'm going to make the amp on and the amp clone off. Okay. The grain JRC is going to be off. Actually, the JRC can be, well, yeah, I'm going to turn that off. And then those can be no change because that's going to be fine. And then on the second switch state, I'm going to make it where this amp is off and this amp is on. And the JRC is off and these two are still no change. And I'll make the color, we'll just make it orange because we can. And we'll call this amp XY. I got that name scheme from the Fractal AX8 because they had XY switching. So I just always kind of adopted that name scheme there. So now when I push this foot switch, you can see that I'm switching amps on the screen, and it allows me to have a clean and a dirty toggle, kind of like channel switching on an amp kind of deal. So here's the clean sound, and here's the dirty sound. That's right, folks. I can do some finger tapping. Show can. All right, now I'm going to let's bring the JRC down here, bring the delay down here, and that should be good. Actually, since I am using the Flex Prime, I like doing this. I like bringing the having the mix of the delay on the actual expression pedal, and that means that if I go here, you can see that the mix is going full 0 to 100%. Sorry, I was snacking on something earlier. And now I'm going to bring this down to I really like the 30% range, personally, for me and my taste. Okay. So now, heel down is going to be 0. Toe down is going to be 30%. And then mix. See, now the delay is off. Delay is on. Maybe. I need to be up a little bit more. Huh. All right, let me go back to my hardware sign here. It is on. It is on. So let's just make it 50%. See what happens. Maybe we'll turn the would you stop it? We'll turn the mix down of this reverb. All right, something happened here. Something is happening. Okay, my delay is on 32 milliseconds is what it was. No problem. Okay, now I can go back in, set my mix to that 30% range. Like so. And it's going to do what I want. All right, there. And now you can just make it, anywhere you want. You can just put your foot on the expression pedal and just rock it back and forth to get any amount of delay that you want at any given time. And that means that I can actually, I can assign this to the tempo. So I can make this switch a tap tempo now. And just tap it in. And then use the expression to bring it in and out. So there you go. That's how I'm going to do that. Let's check some comments here. Hi, Roy says, does the new update work on the MX5? I think, Francis already answered that. So the last update for Gen 1 MX5 was 2.7. That means the gig board and the pedal board and the MX5 are pretty much not getting any more firmware updates, which I'm fine with. I just don't care. Just bought my first Headrush tonight. Yes, you did, Roy. Yes, you did. All right, so I do not know why my TV keeps going in and out. I'm going to get caught up on the comments here and start making some more rigs. So Hours of pleasure. That's right. Doctor McFarland never steer you wrong. Uh-oh, Aaron Short's in the house. Hey, Aaron, what do you think of this $199 Cutlass Sterling from Music Man? It really needs a string change, I think, and a slight setup. And the trim system is very stiff. So I would probably want to float it just a little bit and maybe do something with the springs back there. But other than that, it's pretty good. No, this is not a Kiesel. This is $2,500 less than a Kiesel. This is $200, man. $200. Yeah. The Bucket Brigade, it has to do with the chip that's used in the delays. And the Memory Man has a Bucket Brigade chip in there. It's just why. The more you know. Uh-oh, he's answered it. There you go. Francis knows all about it. Yes, of course I know. Aaron, I've been around gear for 30 years. I think I know what a Bucket Brigade is, I guess. Now, if I didn't know, I mean, you know, I don't have a arrival syndrome. I don't know everything about anything. So, the name comes from the old firefighting Bucket Brigade. Cool. Yeah, so the Bucket Brigade chip is like it's like a series, like a serial chip. So one goes into the next. It's kind of like the firefighters. You're taking a bucket and you hand it to the next person, and that hands it to the next person, that hands it to the next person. And by the time you get to the end, you actually have less water than you started out with, or you have less high end than you start out with. So what's happening is the first repeat is the strongest, and then the second's the weakest, or is getting weaker. Third is weaker. Fourth is the weakest, and so forth. So put the toe down. See, it's a degrading of sound as it tails off or tapers off. Yeah, so there you go. See, Francis, he's way ahead of me, man. He is way ahead of me. See, we're on the same page, though, so that's good. All right, so I like this one. I can go back and forth. Now, the Edge of U2, he used the Memory Man back in the early 80s for a lot of the early U2 stuff. And I feel like the max on those units were like 350 milliseconds or something. So let's just dial this in here, see what happens. Okay, this is where I'm messing up. The clone has a cab, but the Fender amp does not have a cab. So I need to add in a cab here and then assign that to the switch. So one switches the head and the cab on, then the hitting it again switches those two off, and then it turns on the super clone. So here we go. I was wondering why it sounded so weird. Why does it sound so weird? I'm fine with the Black Lux cab here. This is fine. So here we go. There we go. Now we have a nice, beautiful. There we go. All right, now let's go into hardware assign. This is where you make all your edits at. All the edits. So cab is on for that one, but then cab is off for this one. And then actually I'm going to make these 2 different colors. So let's make this blue for clean and then red for fire breathing dragon. And we're going to save it. Save rig. I hadn't saved the rig name. Okay. Amp XY setup. Okay. So you can see we're keeping it really simple here. And hit it. Now this amp right here needs to come up in volume a little bit. So let's bring this up about 3 dB or so. And then go back to clean. So yeah, a lot of my rigs are just keeping it dead simple. I don't play in a band. I don't need a 40-song set list. I just sit here at my computer desk and I record and I jam and whatever. So as long as I have a clean tone and some kind of overdrive, something, then I'm good to go. So turn on the Tube Screamer. All right, that's a good intro to the show here. So let's save this one more time because we can. Let's make a new one here. Let's make a brand new one. And what we're going to do, somebody asked earlier, like late last week, something like that, about Revolution, like the Beatles Revolution, those crunchy, more direct to console type sounds. Easy like Sunday Morning. The guitar solo is literally a guitar straight into some kind of like Neve desk or some kind of console style setup. And they just cranked up the mic pre and that was the sound. They had no amplifier, no effects. It was just guitar straight into a mic pre. No cab, no speaker, nothing going on. Just straight in. So what is happening now, since I don't have, okay, there we go. Since I don't have any amps in my signal chain, I'm going to bring up the volume of the rig so it's right below that 0 mark. All right, and it's already right there. So what we can do now, let's just say, let's bring in a dirt pedal. We can use an EQ as well. EQ is a halfway decent way of doing stuff. We do have an acoustic pre. Let's see what happens here. We got mids. We don't have any gain though on that, which is fine. I'm not going to worry about that one. Let's go to compressor. I like the pressor sound on this. Let's go to funky. Now that is about as clean as you're going to get. That's 0 overdrive, 0 gain of anything. And I'm also pushing the output really loud. So I'm going to bring this down. There we go. Maybe bring up the Flex Prime a little bit in my ears. Yeah, 300 milliseconds. That's right. All right, so let's bring in a EQ now, because EQ can help shape the sound of everything. And let's start with the graphic EQ. Let's just see what we can do. Missing mids. And now it doesn't sound halfway bad. So that's the sound. The problem is with the direct sound is you have all that mid-range like not being filtered or shaped at all. And then when we kick in the EQ, and let's actually put this compressor like at the end. So anything we do boost on the pedal, stuff like this, maybe some low end again. Okay, this would be the same kind of deal if you're playing with an acoustic guitar. You just have a preamp on the guitar, and you want to shape the sound just a little bit. You could add some compression. You can add some EQ. You can add some reverb, which I'm going to do now. And the airverb is just really good. So you can't go wrong with the airverb. And we will bring the mix down a little bit. Okay, not too bad. Let's put the compressor back before the EQ. And maybe bring the gain up just a smidge. Something like that. It just depends. Let's put in an overdrive now. And what I was thinking about first in my head was there's an 8-bit crush, which is definitely very, very poopy sounding. We have a round fuzz. We have a octafuzz, which is cool. Slab of meat. Here's all the distortion type stuff. So let's just try a round fuzz at first. Right, so that's just that direct, raunchy, sounds like poop, but everybody loves it kind of sound. So. Now, that may not be your main sound ever. It sounds pretty bad. But let's just say you're working on a guitar solo for a song. And this solo has to just stick out. It has to punch through. It has to just be totally different than anything else on the record. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to turn all the amps off. I'm going to use a compressor, an EQ, a reverb, and some kind of fuzz pedal, and just like go all whacked out on it, which is an option, right? Let's do one more. Let's go to overdrive, actually. And the white boost. The white boost is kind of cool because it has, I keep wanting to double click on it to like open the GUI, but it's not happening. That's what the Tonemaster Pro does. So this does have a gain. It has a bass, a treble, and a level. So you can get some. Let's see what we can get out of this here. Yeah, it's just a weird sound without, without a cab in there. Uh-oh, Greg Barth is in the house. Greg Barth. It's good to see you, buddy. Which amp do you think sounds best in the Flex Prime with Filtertron pickups? I don't know. Filtertron pickups. I mean, there's no best. It's just try them all and see which one you like, you know. Like I said, I really like the Black Mini for cleans. I like the Sodanos, the Bogners, JCM 800. I mean, just, you know, I just pick any old amp and make it work for what I want to do. But yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of like asking, hey, what's the best amp for pickups that come in a $200 guitar? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guitar is only going to do so much. The pickups are only going to do so much, depending on what they are. So just go, you know, if you have a very bright sounding pickup and you don't like bright sounds, then pick an amp that's more mellow, roll the treble off, you know, just shape it up and do what you need to. I guess. Yeah. Pull the nose up, man. Yeah, the MS-30 is a good all-around amp. Like I showed you the rig earlier, to where it's still a clean sound, but it definitely has some hair to it. It has some just some good saturation to it. So now I know what these guys are thinking out there. Is like they just came across my channel and they're like, dude, this guy's tone is horrible. It's like he's not using an amp, he's not using a cab. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I agree. I'm just experimenting here. What's another amp type over, like the Glorious Drive? Let's try that one. Surely this one will sound good. Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. Now, I have done this on the Fractal. We're going to take an EQ and we're going to take a parametric EQ and we're going to knock off all this high end here. And we're going to knock off some lows. Something like that. Maybe we'll cut some mids slightly. And this might shape the sound similarly to a speaker. So there you go. There you go. So if I bypass it, turn it back on, there was I can't remember the exact curves I did on the Fractal. Let's see what this, oh yeah, the 12 dB per octave boost to grande. Come on now. Where'd my blue thing go? Where did it go? Yeah, let's do that. Weird. We got some weird shapes going on here, folks. Let's try that. Nah, something just screwed up. Something is screwed up with this thing. So let's trash it and let's start another one. Yeah, I want to shape the sound a little bit more. Let's shape this thing up, shall we? Okay, the orange is the shelf. Okay, the orange is the shelf. I'm like, why am I messing this up so much? But we need to bring it down to like that 6K-ish area. Oh yeah, oh there we go. There we go. I don't even know what I'm playing anymore, seriously. Let's boost a little bit here. Okay, so now, no amp, no cab, but I'm using an EQ. One EQ is at the end and the other EQ is at the beginning. And I'm doing some gentle shaping of the sounds here. Let's go ahead and crank it. I keep double clicking on this crap. Let's crank the drive up all the way. No amp, no cab. Okay, let's bypass the overdrive. Okay. We're going to bring the high cut on that thing. Bring the drive down just a little bit. Bring the level up. I swear I don't know what I'm playing, but I'm having fun. I like this this little lick. Little jazzy Pat Martino thing I'm working on. Oh man. Catching up on some stuff. Pulling 3 range P90. Oh cool. Yeah. More snap. Megatron pickups. Yep, it's cool. All right, what do you think so far of the direct tones? We have no amp, no cab. It's just, you know, it is what it is, man. We could do a little boost. We can turn this gain down. Maybe turn the treble up, the bass up, maybe a little bit of the level. I'll keep dropping my pick. Huh. It's interesting. Turn the bass back down. It's like a... Uh. Now, where's that, where's my fuzz pedal? Well, we need a tri-fuzz. This is the Big Muff. Pretty sure I used the Big Muff. Had to have. Had to have used the Big Muff, man. Yeah, I need some, I keep double clicking on this thing. I need some volume here. Need some sustain. Make a woman, yeah, I mean, I just don't know. The Guess Who, how did they record back in the day? I mean, surely they had an amp, but they also had like this big honking console right in the control room. And, you know, had something in my mouth there, so that was weird. And that's not a bad sound at all. So now, I need some more volume out of this thing, though. Let's crank out this. Hey, this guitar right here for $200, this thing rips. I would need to, I would like to change the strings on it because these strings are just crap. Something about the springs is making this way too stiff. So I'd probably bring it up off the body like 30 seconds or something. And maybe loosen the springs a little bit so I have more wiggle in my jiggle. Jiggle in my wiggle. And yeah, this thing would work really good. All right, let's bring this compressor all the way to the end here. Let's see what happens now. I would love to have an LA2A style compressor in the Headrush. That would be pretty sick. I'm going to keep playing American Woman until someone tells me to play, make another rig. I need you 7 people watching. I need you to talk to me. And let me know what kind of rig you want me to build. This, Greg Barth, this is the $199 Cutlass Sterling from Music Man. And, or Sterling Cutlass Music Man, whatever it is. And I'm doing a Gear for Beginners series starting in January. I just came up with this idea a few days ago. So this guitar is provided by Zounds.com, and I will send it back when I'm done with my review. And but yeah, I just want to get my hands on some cheap, inexpensive gear and review it, and let these beginners out there that have a hankering and a dream to be a rock star one day and be like, hey, if you got $200, you can just buy yourself this guitar, change the crap strings out with something better, and you can rock out pretty good on this thing. The neck is nice, and it's not a thin neck; it's nice and thick, and the frets look good. They're not sharp at all. And for $200, I mean, this is, if you're a weekend warrior out there playing the bars on Broadway downtown Nashville, you don't care if you got beer, spilled on it or stepped on or whatever. Like $200, man, just it's a throw and go, wheel and deal rock and roll machine, And it stays in tune, so that's good. All right, back to my clean sound here. All right, let's add. Let's move this stuff over here. Actually, I'm just gonna get rid of this boost. I don't need it. What was I just gonna add? I'm gonna add some chorus. Let's add a little chorus. There's the dimension chorus. Let's just use the C2 kind of thing. Now I had to make a rig similar to this on the Fractal unit on the FM3 because it only had one amp block and you couldn't switch amp channels without there being a gap in the sound. But now that they've added gapless switching, that's all changed, and that's a good thing because it's way more versatile now. It's very similar to what the Toemaster Pro is now. The Toemaster Pro has seamless gapless switching across everything. Presets, scenes, stomp switching, everything. But before, the Fractal units did not, and now they do. So that's definitely good. So what I had to do is I had to make a clean tone. I didn't have to, but I made a clean tone with no amp. And then I made an overdrive tone with the amp on and the cab on and all that. So I succumbed to the para EQ kind of deal, and that worked out pretty good. You could also do something like this. Let's do a split path here, and let's make the EQ, let's make the chorus on one side and all my overdrives on the other. So how about that? So now actually, let me do this. I'm going to put my EQ there. And I'm going to put my drives on the front. Bam. Where's my screwdriver? Screwdriver, hello. I'm going to bring down the action, or the this bridge pickup. It's a little too high, and it needs to be balanced a little bit more with the neck and middle pickups. All right, let's try that. There you go, fixed it. You're welcome, person who's getting this next after me. Yes, you probably could. You can throw it off a balcony if you want. Nice. All right, so let's just have some fun. Let's put a tremolo on the other side. Actually, no, let's do a flanger. Ooh, yeah. Analog flange. No, let's do the stone phaser. We got the vibe. Let's do the stone phaser. Crap. I need to choose a preset first. Stone phaser, we'll do mono. There we go. So now we have this weird swirly chorus on one side and the flanger on the other. There's actually a phaser on the other. Okay, let's kick in our overdrive. Interesting. Let's do the tri-chord or the tri-fuzz. All right, I think I'm done with. Let's not do the split thing. Let's do this. All right, we're gonna save this. We're gonna call it dry and direct, just like my humor. Just like my humor is dry and direct. Wow. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. What's up, Necro Dogs? The woof woof is in the house, man. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow I'm working a half day at work. We're going to have a nice company lunch. And then I'm going to be off for like a good week and a half, which I'm excited about. So that's good. Uh-oh. You're drunk on that spring reverb over there. I know you. All right, just for Roy, who I talked to earlier, let's brand new. Let's make a country rig, just because we can. So let's start off with a compressor, and we'll try the slammer. Okay, we'll put that up there. Let's do this. Let's do a deluxe reverb. That is the quintessential. If you're gigging down on Broadway, you have to have a deluxe reverb. You just got to do it, man. Black Panel Lux. Let's put a Royer 121 on this sucker. Let's do a ×2. And let's, on this other one, let's make it a 57. How about that? I remember where it's at. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, check my output over here. Not bad. Let's bring this up. I don't want to bring it up too much, because really 50% on a deluxe reverb, that's already getting like 4 to 5 on the dial, and you're cooking pretty good at that point. So depending on the pickups you have, whether you have Filtertrons or humbuckers or single coils or P90s or just whatever, it will make your amp feel different and sound different. And then when I kick in the compressor, all right, we got all that gain in there. We'll make the attack nice and slow. Maybe turning the compression all the way up. Maybe not all the way up. See, I would love to have a blend mix knob on all the compression, really on everything. Just make a blend knob on everything. So that way we can smack the compressor and then pull it back, or actually blend in the dry sound. So that way we get the natural attack of the dry part, but then we have the after effect of that compression coming in. Kind of like what you're hearing on my voice right now. And okay, let's actually put all this on the same path. I'm not trying to be all crazy over here. All right, we need just a basic. We just need a good overdrive. Okay, good old country overdrive. What can we use? We can use like an RC booster. The Glorious drive is really good. I mean, really, country players use all kinds of pedals these days. We got the K drive, which is your Klon. The Blues driver, whew, boy, that's kind of too much. Let's just do the Glorious drive. We'll do like a low for now. Okay, so just imagine we got some chicken picking going on here. And for that, we're going to have a short delay and a long delay. And we're going to have a, let's do a tape echo. Tape echo slap sync. It's a little too short. That pick is too small. I can't hold on to it. Let's do the sync off and let's make it. It's kind of short, so I'm going to switch my pick. Change my pick out. See, I'm Britt Mason already. I don't know any chicken picking stuff. I'm sorry. So there's like a short one. And then for our long delay, we're just going to do we're going to make a dyne delay, which is more like your digital option. We'll make it mono, which is fine. I keep double clicking on that crap. I'm used to doing that on the Tonemaster Pro, and I'm just muscle memory. All right, so what's cool about the dyne delay and the air delay for that matter, when the ratio is at 0%, you are getting the subdivision that you've chosen, which is your quarter note delay, right? We'll turn the feedback down. We will turn the mix down. Yeah, I agree, Greg, on the Sheriff. And just for fun, let's throw that in there, because I've compared back and forth the Glorious drive with the Sheriff, and I just hear that they are very similar in sound. So it is what it is. Actually, let's do the sync off. We'll make this one the longer 450 milliseconds-ish. Okay. Turn the drive all the way down. Level up. It's definitely the Marshall crunch types thing. And then you can turn up the gain on the sheriff. I got friends in low places, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can take this rig and just go straight down to Broadway and just, all right, guys, give me the set list. I'm ready to rock. So now, if on the low end, you need to bring the level up. All right, let's just keep it like that for now. Let's go ahead and save it as Doc Roy Country. And there we go. And I will want to put in a spring reverb at the end because we need a spring reverb. Okay, I can do something like this. Let's go. This will be interesting, right? This will be interesting. All right, I'm going to go in, and this amp does have tremolo. So what we're going to do is this. Let me show you something cool here. It's going to be real cool. Really cool. All right, we're gonna replace. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have this be a signal chain. No, not signal chain. Hold functions. So on the Flex Prime, since it doesn't have the extra 2 switches that the Core does, they do give you a bank AB option, which is killer. So check this out. I'm going to have to use up 1 switch within each bank, but this will let me, let's do this. I'm going to put the amp back over here, put the cab, because I can replace those. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. All right, so we have to go in here, hold functions, bank AB. So now I can use this 1 switch, and it goes between my 2 thingamajiggers here. Okay, which you can't really see. But trust me, it is changing something. So let's have... Let's change this to a scene. We'll have everything be set to no change, because I want this tape echo to be on. Then I want this this dyne delay to be on and the tape echo to be off. But everything else is going to be 0 change. So it's literally just me toggling back and forth between the 2 different delays. Okay. So what we're going to do is let's go back in here. Let's edit. And we're going to make this one yellow. And this one's going to be orange. Okay. And we're just going to name it short and long. Okay. Short, long delay. So now my yellow is my short delay. what's happening here? Edit. Okay, I see what happened. That needs to be off. That needs to be off. Okay. We're good, folks. We're good. All right. Save it. I've bypassed my amplifier. Sorry. See, now I'm toggling back and forth between my two different kinds of delays. Okay. Something like that. Why can't I hear it? There we go. Bring the mix back down. Up a little bit, 20%. 25%. Okay, whatever kind of country player you are, you can adjust that to your liking. And then going over to the dyne delay. So that's how you can use scenes by toggling effects on and off without having it affect everything else in your chain. You just make everything no change. So whatever's on is still on and whatever's off is still off until you go change it. So you could toggle between two different delays. You could have a delay and a reverb being toggled with another delay and another reverb without having everything being affected. So there's all kinds of different solutions here. And then I can just go between my different banks to do that. So I'm toggling that. Let's say I want to toggle. No, I can't really toggle my my overdrives because then I wouldn't be able to turn them off. That wouldn't be good. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we probably do need to assign. The Glorious drive is already assigned to that. Let's just say on this one that we want the sheriff on this one. Okay. So I can go here, make sure that's off. Go here, make sure that's off or on, whatever I want. Okay. Turn it off. So it's not too hard. If I want to go more of the Glorious drive sound, I just make sure I'm on that bank, kick it in and out, kick that in and out, go to the other bank, kick that in and out, and bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Now for turning on the tremolo on the amp, you have to you'd have to make a scene to where you have two block presets, one with a clean amp and the other with the clean amp with the tremolo on. And then you just have to toggle between those two block presets. And since we already have a tuner on this thing, I could probably do that with this. So just for fun, first we need to let's make a block preset, and I'll show you how to do that real fast. I keep double clicking. Okay. We're going to save as a new preset. We're going to call this Doc Deluxe Clean. Okay. And then we'll go turn on the tremolo, change our speed. Uh-oh. Turn that off. Okay, something like that. We'll turn the intensity down. All right, then we'll save this one as a new preset. This would be Doc. Come on. Doc Deluxe. Doc Deluxe Trim. Okay. So now, going into our scene here, this is going to be clean trim. Okay. And this color is going to be, we'll make it very obvious what we're doing here. So on this one, we're going to choose our amp. We have to go all the way down to the bottom. Doc Deluxe Clean. Change the state. Okay, we'll keep all that no change. And we'll make this Doc Deluxe Trim. And we'll make the color purple. Yeah. So everything's no change on this sucker. Even the tape echoes and the delays and all that. No change at all. No change on the amp. No change on anything. Okay. So what we can do is... Yep, I've saved it. I'm getting tired, folks. So I'm going to shut it off here in a bit. So just one last thing. So now you can see, all right, so there's my delays. Back on this one, between purple and blue, I'm switching between the presets down here from clean to trim. Okay, so here's the clean. Okay, then hit it again. There's the tremolo. Okay, and if you want to change anything about that preset, like I want to change the speed. Okay, I'm going to resave that so it blows over what I made before. Go back. Okay, and then actually on my screen, I can see down here on the bottom is I know exactly what bank I'm on and what I'm changing. So I have the option to turn on the sheriff. Or I can turn it back off. Or I can go to my other bank and turn on the glorious drive. And I can switch between my delay long and delay short. Okay, so just whatever you want to do. All right, now what I need to do is go to my advanced, go to the tape echo mix, and let's make this that like 35%, and go to the dyne delay mix. Also, we'll make this about 30%. Okay. So what we can do is turn the hill down and not hear the delay until I bring the toe down. Okay, I can switch delays. Bring the hill down. So that's just another way of having the pedal still on, but you're adjusting the mix with the expression pedal. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let's go back to here. Sheriff, Greg Barr says run the mids up a little bit. Fine, let's do it. This one. All right, cool, guys. That is a fun little rig. We're keeping it simple, relatively, with a few options to, you know, change some drives, change some delay types, turn on a tremolo if you need to, and the rest just do with your fingers, man. Just make them sing, make them cry out on the audience, make them do big tips. Find those big tippers out there, and go make that money playing that rock and roll or country or blues or jazz, metal, pop. I mean, whatever you want to do. However you want to make your money, just go out and do it and have fun doing it and enjoy it while you can, because you never know. As we all know, guys, we just never know what tomorrow will bring, and just go out and live it, man. So that's what we're going to do. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks to everyone for hanging out. Roy, Greg, Francis, Necro Dogs. I don't know your real name. What is your real name? Aaron Short. He's actually really tall. Jay chimed in a little bit earlier. So I'm going to take a break here. Probably go eat some cereal because I'm an idiot. And come back and make some videos. With some more Headrush stuff, because I gotta get some more Headrush content out there, and yeah, then go to bed and do it all again tomorrow. So thanks, guys, for watching. Be sure to subscribe down below. If you are going to shop online at all, please use my Zounds affiliate link first if you can. If your item is not available on Zounds, then go over to Sweetwater and check those guys out, and they'll take care of you as well. Or if you're just out shopping on Amazon, buying a bunch of Amazon packages, and you want to send some money toward old Doctor McFarland over here, be sure to click on my Amazon link first. Go make all your purchases that you're going to make. And I think that link stays around for like 45 days. So, yeah, just get a habit of, hey, I'm going to support Doctor McFarland today by go clicking on his affiliate link and then go buying whatever I was going to buy anyway. And you win, I win, and I can feed my family. And maybe even retire one day. Who knows? So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. And happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Hug your friends and family, because you never know. You just never know. So, love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.